Hi guys, Borry Berry here. Oh, sorry guys, it's been so long. Any of you guys that really support me watching my videos, um, um, I thought I'll make the effort to make a video right now. It's fairly late. Um, just to touch base um, with with where I'm at. Um, what I've been learning as per usual. I talk about a few topics. Those of you who know what I'm about usually know those topics, which is anything from bushcraft survival to making things, to spirituality, to heart stuff, to God, and um, um, yeah. So first up, I've been very crook. You could probably hear it in my voice. You can hear it in my voice. Um, it's the same thing that happened to me a little while back. And I think what really does is a fan blowing at me even when it's hot. But it I think end up getting a couple of times. I've had it where I get a bronchial infection, and then it just goes through my sinuses and whatnot, and really knocks me on my backside. So if you're wondering where I've been and stuff, one of the main reasons is I've been quite sick. I had a little moment just to think about what I wanted to talk about, because I normally am very on the spot, and I still am. It's not like I've written anything down, but probably the thing I'd say is one thing that will, again, one of those things that I'll always probably go through is there's things you learn about, things that God will teach you or show you, or you'd become aware of, and that's good. But there's a difference between that and something really becoming a part of you and something a part of your nature. So sometimes you'll go through something and you'll know what it is, and you'll even understand it to a degree, but you find yourself reacting. You find yourself um, picking up sometimes a bit late with what's going on, and it can be a bit overwhelming. So again, in the spirit of encouragement, I like to talk about what I go through with the battles and stuff, to try to bring clarity not only to myself, because it does bring clarity to me as well, to communicate and even do these videos, but to help anyone out there that might be struggling through something that is similar, whatever that struggle might be, or not even limited to just struggle, a victory or something cool that you learnt, or understanding spiritually. As well, another topic I want to bring up is I have touched on it in different ways in on other videos I've done, but it's just I have been really struggling to coming to terms with some of the realities, some of the things that I'm understanding about people, and spiritual things about people, and just finding myself being tired with it all. Um, yeah, and I feel like there's a lot I could say on that, and probably one of the biggest things, and I feel it can be very generic for people to say this, but just to be able to pull away and spend time with God, and be able to go, God, you know, I'm lifting my gaze to you, specifically Jesus, because there's something I was talking about. Someone recently is it, a lot of people have different gods. I know who the true God is. I know who the all-powerful God is, but also realizing not everyone comes from the same place, and not everyone has same understanding. Yeah, so it's been quite hard being sick, and how it's knocked me on my backside, so to speak. Yeah, so they didn't go to the gym or anything. I was just probably a real positive with all the heaviness of where I'm coming from, but I found seasonally I've been getting excited back and forwards in between being sick. Is I can feel things are finishing up here in Mount Gambier where I'm at the moment, because next year, I mean, there's a lot I could say, but a lot I won't. More so I won't. Things are going to look very differently next year for me. Some things I do know, some things I don't. I do feel I'll be travelling again. I've been doing a lot of finishing up things. I'll give you an example of some of this, and I have talked about this stuff. Mind my cloudiness of just being sick and stuff. But I've talked about in other videos, but this is different stuff that's happening now too, which is saying the same stuff. But so I've mentioned in older videos how anyone worth their salt spiritually knows signs are a big part of understanding spiritual seasons and spirituality. So just like in the Bible, Jesus talks about it, the sign of the times, and just like when you see this, and so on and so on. And there's a lot of examples of it biblically, but it's not obviously. It's not only limited to Christians that understand. It's a given. If you're spiritual, you understand signs. You can even see in a lot of pagan beliefs and stuff how they use signs to be aware of certain seasons and certain things. And so on that note, I left my spot here that I stay in the woods in my van when I was sick, to stay at someone's house, which was really nice. I got to stay somewhere being sick. And hang on, just get a tissue. And my nose is running a little bit. And I came back to the spot, and where I stay, it's not a specific spot. And I found someone had come there and had a few drinks and left rubbish and made a mess where I stay. And straight away I was like, oh, I can't believe it. And I got really upset, and I was like, oh God, oh man, like I can't believe someone would do that. Just people are so messy, and it was quite upsetting. And not only that, is where they had made the mess is, give me a sec. Where they had made the mess is where I parked the van, so it reflected on me and all that, and then I stopped and I thought, hang on, what's really happening here? And what I mentioned, it's like when that lady attacked me, where I mean, not physically attacked me, but it's when I was mentioning in another video where often when you're moving on, or God's moving you on, the grace will lift, the covering will lift, and there's a few reasons. There's a few reasons for that. One of the reasons is so we know it's the season, being aware of the season, that it's time to move on. Our work here's done. The resources that we've needed for that have moved on, so it's a sign of, oh, okay, I'm moving on. So that protection that I had, where I mentioned in videos a lot where I'm very protected, and that grace really lifts. It's not saying I'm not protected or something, but it's signs. It's signs to go, hang on, things are changing, and I need to be aware of that. And there's a lot of things that happen too. There's a witness of the Spirit that happens with me too. So it's not just one or two things that it's a whole myriad of things that happen that will, and it's maturity. I've been a Christian for a while, and I've learnt to know the times and signs of certain seasons. And I really feel like I know less than I ever have. So that was interesting, because I started to realise, just with what's been happening, the jobs, things I've been helping people with, I'm finishing things up, things that are where I travelled before, and concerns I had for people, they won't be concerns anymore. So it's exciting, because I'm getting moved on. And that's exciting for me, because I'm really not interested in just going through the motions, particularly for me. I really want to be used by God and have purpose and go places with Him. You'll definitely see a lot more videos when I travel again. Tales and yarns of my adventures and whatnot, and treasures that I find along the way. To me, treasures and making things is a part of adventure. I love adventure. I love the stories of new wildernesses, of new territories, of new lands, of faraway lands. Just like when I was a child watching the movies. That's why I love movies. It takes you somewhere, Adventure's such a big part of who I am, and there's been, I feel like this stuff's just been increasing for me since a lot of things that happened with me last 2 years maybe, where spiritual warfare and things I come across spiritually can be quite taxing, quite wow. And I'm particularly being sick and out of it in so many ways. Not just being sick, just feeling very there is a tiredness that I've been feeling for a little while now. I felt part of me felt revived when I travelled. But it's just the intensity of everything that's been happening. And so I have been feeling not my usual funny self, my lively self, as you could tell. Thank you for everyone that reaches out and stuff. I do get some people say, oh, how are you? Is everything okay? And I'm one of the things I can't hide how I'm feeling. I can't hide how I'm feeling. Yes. I sound old. I sound like I've aged since I've been on here. Sorry, my voice is all funny. I can't hide how I'm feeling. So if I'm down, I really show it. There's more to it. There is more to it, but I'm not going to go into that. About who I am, I am called to create atmospheres, to set atmospheres and stuff, and sometimes I really want to run away from that. That's the truth. I really, really want to run away from that. It's not what you might think it is. It's a heavy burden. There's other parts to it too. But yeah, one thing I will say, just because there's some things that I do understand, there's some things you'll understand it well. You'll even be told about it beforehand, like some of the things I've been going through. Doesn't make it any easier to go through, guys. Really doesn't. Wow. It's a real wake up call for me. How things can be so rattling, and knowing certain things can be such a toll on us. And I please understand what I'm. Don't try to think I'm saying something that I'm not. Like I'm not saying I understand a lot, guys. No, I don't. There's just certain things in my area, in my influence, in my calling that I understand. Because I have been attacked by people at times where certain people, not everyone, where it's like, oh, you think you know everything, and I know I don't. I just, when I say I know something, or there's things I know, I mean specific things. I'm not saying I know everything. It's very immature when people make that accusation, because it's definitely not something I say. I don't say that. I don't say I know everything. I might say I know what's going on. I know what's going on here. Oh, so with the... Oh, this is good. I'm going to share this. I can't believe I wasn't going to share this. So, one of the things, if you look at my previous videos, I was talking about how God is getting rid of nice with me. Kind is good, humble is good, loving is good, but nice isn't good. Nice is pandering, nice is obligation. It's giving, it's even giving homage to witchcraft. I know I'm making some big claims. I know I can back it up, but bear with me. So there's a certain type of medication I'm on. It's just for a physical thing, a medication that if I don't get it, if I don't regularly take it, it can be quite painful for me. It's not a mental thing. Yeah, are you sure? But so I'm running out of this. I was running out of the medication. I had a script, one left, one what do you call it? Dispensable script for it on my phone. And anyway, so I went to oh wow, there's a lot I want to say here. Lately in particular, I don't say what people want me to say. I say what I say. I've really been bucking against I'm just going to say it, witchcraft. And I feel like I do need to explain this, because so what are you talking about? Without going on a tangent, guys, when someone wants you to answer and talk and act and be a certain way, think a certain way, that's witchcraft. So, just the background music. That's witchcraft. To make you think a certain way. You're being manipulated. So I will deliberately, around certain types of when I can feel those spiritual forces around. You can't say that. You know, you would have heard that. You can't say that. Are you saying? No, I'm not saying. So, I deliberately find myself not to antagonize, but to not be conformed to you think this way. No. You know, not please don't go down the road to deliberately antagonize. That's not what I'm talking about. But to deliberately go, no, I'm not going to be intimidated to say certain things when they're not even wrong. In fact, they're more right than what some people might want to say, you know. This is just an example. Around certain people, I'll say, I need to get some drugs from the pharmacy. And some people will go, you can't say that. Don't say drugs. So they're drugs. And when you actually look into certain organisations, certain what's legal, what's not, it's like, yeah, it's like some people want you to talk a certain way and you can't say this. No, I can say that. So that's just an example. So I'm getting on a tangent. So back onto the topic. So I went into the one pharmacy, and I'm not loyal to any pharmacy, even though, especially after you know what happened in the world, the big C word was running rampant. Certain institutions are acting like they're the professionals, and you know, they'll talk to you a certain way and you can't talk to them a certain way, you know. I don't know if you get my drift there, guys. Get what I'm saying, you know, the undertones. Yes, I am trying to do sneaky stuff with mentioning it that way. So, and for the sake of YouTube, I do have to be careful because of the algorithm and all that, unfortunately. But I'm not normally this careful. No, I'm not. So I went into this pharmacy and I think they passed the script. I handed in the script and he's like, yep. And he goes, oh, we got this, but we don't have this one, the one I really needed. And I'm like, oh, okay. And I'm like, could you ring around to find out who has it? And I don't like to hold this one a lot. It's kind of a rare one, this medication. And he rings up one place and he's, oh, this place has it. I'm like, all right, I'll go pick it up from them. And he goes, I'll cancel it and then send it back to your phone, something like that. Anyway, so I rock up to this other pharmacy, Pharmacia, and I rock up to it, and it's like it's been dispensed, so it's a big screw up. I no longer have the script, it's used, and she's got the medication right there, and she's getting really angsty. She's like, can't do anything. And she would have let me walk out the door without the medication. And she's getting really frustrated with me. I was doing nothing. And I'm like, excuse me. I said, don't get angsty with me. I said, you're about to let me walk out of that door without this medication. I said, that's not good enough. This isn't my mistake. Oh, and they all started swarming, and I was just very clear I wasn't having it, because it was like it was like, we're allowed to get frustrated, but you're not allowed. You need to stay in line, sir. And I wasn't having it. I was not having it. They would have let me walk out, and that was already their mistake. And I said, yeah, you need to fix it. I said, I need this medication, it's serious. And, you know, if I needed to back it up, I could have backed it up. But I wasn't going to go start justifying myself. And it was really interesting. So then I was with someone else that I came there with, just someone I was with at the time. And I'm talking to this person, enough so the lady that's trying to sort my situation out, another one now, because they're all swarming. I think it might have been one of the managers in this pharmacy. And I'm talking to my friend, and I said to my friend, I said, they would have let me walk out of here, because I'm trying to explain to my friend, because my friend's just walked in and doesn't know what's happening. And I said, they would have let me walk out of here without this medication. This is really serious. I said, it says it needs to get fixed. Rah, rah, rah. Not swearing, not yelling, nothing like that. As polite as I could be. And I did mention there that I did mention that certain people I was saying how they're getting frustrated with me, rah rah rah. Not as per usual. I was not picking on any individual. I was having a go at the pharmacy itself. So it's no individual. And then the lady, she didn't see how the other one quickly picked up that I wasn't having her attitude. And then this lady goes, "Excuse me, are you frustrated at me?" Oh, I'm not kidding you, she said that. I looked up at her and I said, I'm not frustrated at any individual. I said, I'm frustrated. Yous would have let me walk out of here without my medication. This is really serious. This is really bad. I said, I'm frustrated at this pharmacy. And you need to stop taking this personally and getting frustrated with me. You need to stop that. And if you knew the old me, I would have never done something like that. And I needed to do that at the time. Afterwards, the lady was, "Oh, I'm really sorry, this and that." Because she realized I wasn't having it. She had no right to talk to me like that. So, yeah, it's hard. It's hard at times going, oh, I'm not just going to sit back and go into default and then get angry about it behind closed doors and bitter. And then close off to the world around me. Because if you don't want to get all closed off to the world around you, you have to realize there's no great victory without confrontation, guys. I talk about certain ambitions, guys, and I'm not trying to say who I am and what's for me and what's within my capabilities and calling. I'm not trying to say it's for everyone, guys, so don't do that. Don't do that. Please don't look at me and go, oh, I'm going to compare myself to him. Oh, I'm a weird one. I'm very weird. I live in a van. I'm in a forest in the butt stick of nowhere right now. Not in the middle of nowhere, but you know what I mean? It's just me and Santa Claus here. Do you know? So please don't do that. And I've said it in other videos, don't look at me and go, oh, I need to be bold and vicious. And no, I'm not saying that. I'm just saying sometimes there's a little bit of something we can get from someone, a little bit of wisdom and a little bit of encouragement we can glean. Don't go down the dangerous road that a lot of people I feel are on and they don't even know it. I'm still there. So, and it's that comparison road, comparing ourselves. It's so ingrained in us. It's a wickedness that we've learnt to do since we were little kids. It's like, oh, what's Charlie got across the road? Oh, he's got a scooter. I don't have a scooter. You know, I'm a poor kid because I don't have what that kid has. You know, but I'm rich in cholesterol. But you know what I'm saying? So please don't compare yourself to me, because believe it or not, I actually struggle understanding this. But I get people jealous about me. I live in a van. And I get people jealous about me. And if I'm like, I can't help but feel like if they really knew who I was and been through, they would not be jealous. You know, I just think it's so silly to be. It talks about it in the Bible. You know, I have talked about this in other videos, but you know, you don't have what you want, so you kill, steal, and destroy for it, and all you have to do is ask God for it, guys. I'm serious. If you want something, ask God for it. But then it says in the Bible, but then when you ask God, you don't get it. You don't get it because your motives are all wrong. So some of us are so dark and twisted that we're trying to steal and scheme what other people have got. That can be anything. That can be money. That can be status. That can be clout. That can be, in our modern age, it can be the fancy cars. You know, how am I gonna get into debt so I have the car because, you know, that wanker that I worked with, you don't even like the guy. But, you know, you're comparing yourself to him, you're measuring yourself to him, and I gotta have a fancy car too. Oh, they all got nice cars at work, I'm gonna have the best one. So you get into debt over it. You know, or the big house, or, you know, whatever. But then when you go to God, you go, I'm going to ask God for it. He never listens to me anyway. Just like the kings of old. I'm going to inquire of God, but God never says what I want to hear. It's because your heart's messed up, mate. You better check yourself before you wreck yourself. But you know what I'm saying is, even when we do go to God, we're just these twisted things, and we go to God and we're like, oh yeah, God, give me that and this and that. We can't even look at our heart. And so, you know, what if we went to God first with whatever we had, with our brokenness, with our wickedness? What if we did that? What if we're actually honest, even though He sees it anyway? But what if we actually believed it? What if we actually went, well, He sees my heart anyway. There's nothing hidden. Like it says in the Bible, there's nothing hidden from Him. What if we actually come before God and went, God, do you see my heart anyway? You know how many times I've went to God and I've gone, God, I really want, you know what? I can see my heart and I'm just being selfish or whatever. You know, and it's beautiful. And then it ends up being about something else because I realize He sees it all anyway. There's no point trying to bullshit God. You know, there's no point trying to hide something from Him. It's us, it's yourself that you're deceiving when you do that. You're just putting yourself in a rut. That's all you're doing if you're doing that. And we all do it. I do it. I'm being really blunt with you. I still do it. I might not do it as much as I did yesterday. I might not remember the last time I did it. But I'm not one to sit here and go, guys, I've never done it. Or I'll never do it again. Because it says the heart's deceitful. You know? And so here I am. Oh yeah, that's how I went onto that. I was just backtracking how I went onto that topic. But yeah, so guys, to wrap up the show, I sharpened a sickle. Just randomly sharpened a sickle. Just a sickle for someone that wants to use it. But like for cutting grass, nice and sharp. Just a old school one. That's random, just pulls out a sickle. Weird. Anything to show you? Oh. Friend made me a terrarium. I don't know if I mentioned this. Look at that. Got little plants in there and stuff. A terrarium. It hangs up in my van now. I wanted a bit of life in here, you know. So there's a terrarium in here. Thought I'd show you that. Hopefully we'll be doing another video before Christmas, guys. Again, I'm in a bit of a daze. Probably make less sense than I usually do, but I hope this video finds you guys. please like and subscribe if you haven't. If you've subscribed, please like the video if you've watched it. Means a lot, guys. Thank you for my viewers and all that. I'm sorry it's been so long. I haven't forgotten about you. It's just have been struggling, mainly because I've been sick, and there's a lot I feel like I'll just be unpacking up until next year, and then I'll get some real kind of clear kind of stuff for next year about what's happening internally with me and just what God's showing me and where He's taken me. I will say I've got heaps of dreams and plans and stuff that God's stirring in my heart. What else? I hope this video didn't make anyone uncomfortable. No, actually, sometimes when we hear truth, me or any of us, it is uncomfortable. It's like if you're a abusive person and you found out you're faced with the fact that you're an abusive person. It's uncomfortable. It's not nice. It's not nice, you know. So maybe it is uncomfortable. You know, maybe something I've said is uncomfortable for you. You're like, who do you think you are? You know, and it's true. On one hand, I feel like I'm absolutely nothing at all, but on the other hand, I know I'm everything to God. I'm loved by God. I have purpose. So, but as far as how I stand before men, I'm humanity. I'm really not anything special. But before God, you know, I'm special. You know, my calling, my purpose, my individual purpose, just like your individual purpose and your calling is special. And you are loved by God, whoever you are. And I hope you realize that, and I hope you come to understand that and walk in that, whoever you are. Thanks, guys. I don't know what I'm going to name this video. The Sickle. No, I can't call it the Sickle. That's weird. Maybe the Sickle. Sick like a sickle. Something weird like that. You know, being sick and then randomly pulling out, hey, look at the sickle I've got. That come up nice. Nice edge on it. I'm actually a bit surprised how well it come up and how quick. Can you get ting? Anyway, sickle. You know what? I'm going to call this video, mark my words, I am going to call it Sickle, okay? Thank you for watching Sickle.